Hey families, Dr. Mommy here. I'm sitting outside Botanical Gardens at Tower Hill in New England, and I love this place because there are just so many different kinds of life. There's so many species. So I'm not very good with the camera work, but I just kind of want to give you just like a preview, right? Those big purple flowers and a bunch of different kinds of succulents and some bushes. I don't know the names of most of these plants, to be honest. I don't know if you can see like the orange flowers there, and like up on the hill there's a couple of different kinds of yellow flowers and bushes with white flowers and bushes with pink flowers and tree. We got like, I think it's a willow there. Pretty sure that's a maple. My eyes are not that great either. Anyway, this is really amazing. And places like botanical gardens and conservatories and zoos are really great for just seeing how diverse living things are. But honestly, you could go to an abandoned lot, and if you look carefully, you'll find an astonishing number of different species. And the first time I brought my daughter here, I asked her, like, do oak trees, do acorns ever make something other than oak trees? Do they ever grow into bean plants? She said no. It's like, okay, so where did all of these different species come from? If you're never going to get a sunflower from an acorn, how do we get so many different species? And she didn't really have an answer. And that's one of the things I want to kind of demonstrate in this course. So the first thing I'm going to have you do is just go out somewhere, even to an abandoned lot or behind a library or your school or wherever, and try to find a couple of unique examples of life. And I'll demonstrate what to do with them in the next video. But in the meantime, I want to pose a few more questions, because science is all about investigating questions. So you may be wondering, did all the different species we see around us, did they always exist on Earth? And then you'd probably be thinking, well, what about fossils? Those are evidence of life that used to exist, but doesn't anymore. Does that mean that the Earth started out with more species than there are now? You may be wondering why, when I get sick, sometimes I get a cough, and sometimes I feel like I'm going to throw up. These are some of the questions that biology seeks to answer. Biology is the study of life, all kinds of life, and we're going to answer some of these big questions in biology. And I don't just mean that I'm going to tell you, you're going to show you. So buckle up, we're going to have a fun ride. I was realizing as I was walking back to my car that I forgot to say, in the comments, write down the biology questions you have, as many of them as you'd like. Let your imagination run wild. I'm going to be asking for comments pretty frequently for two reasons. One of them, I think it's always a really important exercise to write about what you're learning in complete sentences and as clearly as you can. The other reason is that it helps with the algorithm, and I'm trying to make this my side hustle. So yeah, put your questions in the comment section. We're gonna visit them soon. In the meantime, if you can, tip your biologist. Subscribe, like, share with your friends, share with your neighbors, anyone who has a kid, anyone who's ever seen a kid before. Yeah, help us get the word out, and I'll see you next time.